welcome back to another episode of Home Sweet Home Cooking. I am your host, Rocky, as always. My mother, Kathy, is in the background running around with like a chicken with her head cut off again.
Quack, quack.
We have, like I mentioned, a couple other videos that we have up here. We've got company coming up this weekend, so we're cooking a lot before they get here. This is a breakfast recipe. It is 3 o'clock on Friday afternoon. We're going to make this up. It's going to go in the refrigerator overnight. Throw it in the oven tomorrow. Bake it off for breakfast. You don't have to get up and cook a big breakfast for everybody. So makes life easy. If you're doing other cooking, you might as well get this out of the way. It's just an egg casserole. It has egg, some bread for a crust, sausage and cheese, a few other things. So let's get into the recipe. In the pan, it's a 9x13 pan. There's some melted butter. It's a half a small butter or margarine. It's a half a stick. Melt that into the bottom because that's going to act as your protective layer. The next layer is going to be just good old bread. We're using plain white bread, 8 slices. It says to cut the crusts off. And once you get the crust cut off, you're going to cut it into quarters. And that's going to be your bottom layer of your crust. So if you're thinking of breakfast, you'll usually serve breakfast with toast or biscuits or something. That's your bread for breakfast. It won't be toasty. It'll just help soak up the goodness of the egg and the other ingredients, and helps it maintain or keep the flavor going, and just, I guess, acts to stretch the meal so it serves more people. Would probably be the primary reason for it. All right. So get rid of these crusts. So 9x13 pan. I'm going to take the quartered up pieces of bread and just fill in the bottom. Not exactly sure why they need to be quartered. Any idea, Ma?
I have no idea, but I think the crust makes it easier, or the bread makes it easier to get out of the pan.
But I mean, why it's quartered? Why you couldn't
No,
just
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Maybe so it cuts better?
That could be. Who knows? This came from one of her friends at church named Clara. Clara, if you ever see this video, thank you. I love this recipe. I've had this many times, hunting season especially. When we got other hunters come up and my mom has to work during the week, she'd make this a day or two ahead. I'd pop this in the oven when I get up. Hunters would come in, we'd have breakfast and go out and hit the woods. Or if we're feeling really lazy, we'd go out and hit the woods and then come in and throw this in the oven and have breakfast when we get back. Alright, doesn't quite cover 100% coverage on the bottom, but we can fudge that a little bit. Alright, so we got the margarine in there, we got the butter in there. Next is 8 ounces of shredded sharp cheddar cheese. We're doing this lazy man style. I'm just going to use store-bought. Fresh shredded is always better, but like I said, this is going to be a lazy man because we are on meal number 3 that we're cooking today. We just want to give it an even sprinkle, good coverage. This will kind of help glue everything together in the bottom. This is a 16-ounce package, so I'm only use half of it. So we've got the bread and the cheese. Next is going to be 6 eggs beaten with 2 cups of milk. That's in here. It also calls for 1 tablespoon of minced onion. I'm going to go ahead and add that. Yes, I used the onion peel for a little cup to hold that. I'm going to put the onion in there with it, and hopefully it'll help spread it as you pour over. Again, just want to pour gently so you don't wash all the egg mixture or all the cheese and bread out of your way.
Hi y'all, the sous chef is done.
Your name is Sue?
Uh-huh.
Done what? What are you
Haven't you heard of a girl named Sue?
Heard of a boy named Sue.
Oh, I guess that wasn't me.
Wasn't that a John Wayne movie or something, or a boy named Sue?
I don't know, but Johnny Cash always sang it.
That's what it was. It was a Johnny Cash song. Okay, next is the cream of mushroom mix. And it is 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken, cream of onion, cream of celery, cream of something. And you're going to mix that with 1/3 cup of milk. And I guess that's what makes it a true casserole, is because it's got cream of something soup in it. Wouldn't you think? It's almost every casserole you see has cream of soup in it.
Yeah, I like the mushroom the best.
Well, it adds another flavor to it. I mean, you already got onions in it, so you don't really need cream of onion soup. Or you could just put cream of onion soup in it and not put onions in if you don't want the chunks of onions. All right, here's your whiskey whisk. And again, you want to kind of, this I guess kind of makes it a little bit creamy, like a biscuit and gravy thing going on with it.
No, it'll all set up.
But I'm saying it kind of adds that element, like a biscuit and gravy kind of. It does. You can definitely see the creamy white layer in the casserole, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And to me, it always reminded me of a sausage gravy, or white gravy in there. All right, and the last ingredient is. Are you done?
Sure.
1 pound of breakfast sausage, fried up. I didn't know how.
Close enough.
Yeah, I didn't know how spicy everybody likes it, so I just got the mild. But you can use the hot. It depends on if you guys like it hot. It's all going to be preference. If you notice, I didn't put any salt or pepper in here. You can do that at the table. Just give it a little bit of a spread there. See, my mom took everything to spread with. I'm gonna use the knife.
Well, I was on my way over with something, but you already got the knife.
That look good to you, Mom?
Good enough to eat.
Good enough to eat. Now she goes, then she takes a big chunk out of the middle where I got to spread some more.
Ha!
She is such a turd. So hard to keep her out of my kitchen. Her kitchen.
Wait, you're in my house.
Her kitchen. And cover it with foil. This is gonna go in the refrigerator overnight. How long have you made this in advance before?
Huh?
How long in advance have you made this before?
Probably the night before.
But how many nights could you go, do you think?
I don't know.
2 days maybe? But I wouldn't go
Probably
3.
wouldn't hurt.
Okay, I wouldn't go 3, or that might be the limit. It is raw eggs in there, so you don't want to let it just sit in your fridge forever. So when it comes to bake this, gonna bake it uncovered. The top is gonna come off to bake. 350 degrees for 45 to 60 minutes. You just want to make sure it's solid, completely set up. And once you pull it out, you want to let it sit at room, or let it, I don't know.
Let it stand.
Okay, let's stand for 10 minutes before cooking.
That'll make it set up.
Lets it incorporate back together so it doesn't come out like a slop. Otherwise, it'll still be very wet and very moist. I am gonna try to get up early in the morning. What time are we gonna eat tomorrow?
I don't know. When?
Tomorrow. What time are we gonna eat breakfast tomorrow?
We gotta get Dad down by 11:30, so what? 10:30, 10?
10 o'clock? Okay. I'm gonna have to get up extra early and come over extra early because my dad has dialysis and I'll be taking him to that. But I'll be here anyway, so I might as well come an hour early and we can have breakfast, and I will get a shot of this coming out of the oven and show you what it looks like then. So I will see you the camera tomorrow. You're gonna see this in a few seconds. Be right back. All right, it is the next morning. It's baked at 350. 45 minutes this time. Sometimes takes a little bit less.
Longer.
Or a little bit longer, sorry. But that's what it looks like. It's got a little bit of egg wobble because, well, it's eggs. We've let it set for 10 minutes. Don't really even need a knife to cut it. The spatula goes through. Well, these eggs aren't quite set. You're gonna have to put this back in the oven, I think. Or is that just the gravy? That's just the gravy.
Want a bigger spatula?
Oh, I see that. Yeah, give me a bigger spatula. course, everything goes south when the camera turns on. But that's life, right? How about a bigger spatula? That's what you've got right there. You got your bread and your sausage and your eggs and your cream style mushroom soup made kind of your gravy mix. If you wanted to add a little more to it, you could probably serve this with a side of fried potatoes or hash browns, something like that.
Or fruit.
Or fruit, yep. If you just want to add a little bit of bulk to it. But that's it. That's an easy make a day ahead, throw in the fridge, bake for an hour in the morning when you get up, and have yourself a breakfast. Feeds, 6 to 8 people. 8 people if you have a little bit on the side. And simple enough. Oop, pass that on down. This would be a great recipe, like I say, for if you have guests over, or if you're going out on a hunting trip, or have hunters at the house. And real simple. If this is the kind of recipe you like and you want to see more of it, make sure you put a comment down below. If you have another type of breakfast bake that you want to see us try, put the recipe down in the comments. If you like this video, give it a like and a thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button down in the bottom right hand corner, and we will see you on the next video. Have a great day.